Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, dogs, and cats, and welcome back to Countdown Level Up. Today we're here again in not Modern Day 4, where we're trying to take a step back from Modern Day 4 and come back to Millennium Dawn, and here's why. Modern Day 4, I've been having a lot of fun with that mod, crashing and freezing over and over again when I try to run really heavy stuff with it, so it might not be the best mod for me to try to go crazy with. Our World War III save is essentially broken. I don't think I'll be able to get it to work anymore, so I apologize. I'll probably do something like that again, just to make up for it, but literally every time I open the save, the game crashes, so I just can't open it. I think the save is actually corrupted. I have no idea how it happened. But anyways, boys, we did our USA versus the world. The USA got pretty messed up, but can the USA and its, I guess, biggest rival again, Russia, together take over the world? I know it's kind of hard to see, but we have the American-Russian Pact, which is a faction that I just went in and manually created. America and Russia were with every country in the world, and everyone decided to join the Peninsula Shield Force, which is led by Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabia is now the leader of the entire world, basically resisting America and Russia. Now this too is very slow and freezes, hasn't crashed, but is slow and will freeze. So I won't be able to show a lot of gameplay. I'll mostly be doing little updates here and there. But here we go, boys. Can America and Russia take over the world, fight everyone else? Can we finally put down our differences and the US and Russia finally just say, you know what, let's just take over everything. We got this. So just like in our America versus the world game, America is attacking Canada and losing to Mexico in the south. Now that's kind of what we expect at this point. America will usually capitulate Canada, then move down south and capitulate Mexico. And actually, without Russian support, Mexico and the Central American states would not have done as well as they did. I was also going to point out that England, Ireland, and Iraq were the only countries to not join the Peninsula Shield Force and make their own faction. But Turkey has joined it as well. So we have a separate faction that's also fighting the Americans and Russians, but has decided that, you know, they don't want Saudi Arabia telling them what to do. I guess Israel has joined it as well. I went ahead and also added Novorossiya into the American-Russian pact, just because I thought it'd be a good meme, I guess. Poland now also siding with the European Association. Looks like a lot of the countries that haven't joined the Peninsula Shield Force are probably going to end up joining the English side. This is what the Eastern Front looks like right now. Looking a little bit bad for Russia, even though they are pretty much winning in Ukraine. If they can hit a knockout blow to Ukraine and capitulate all of Ukraine's units, that'd be very good for Russia, and that might buy them a lot of time. But the Baltics are pushing in. They've lost Kaliningrad and Belarus. Their true best ally in the world is pushing towards Moscow. Alright, so the war's been going on for a while now. America was able to capitulate Canada, but is still being invaded in the south by Mexico. Capitulation menu for Canada. Russia's not looking too good on both sides, actually. China's messing them up over in the east, and then also Azerbaijan, of all countries, has taken the most land, I think. Also, Kazakhstan possibly has taken quite a lot as well. Belarus and Ukraine have both done numbers. Novorossiya is still alive over there, holding on, barely, but they're still there. Finland and Estonia, too. All the countries that bordered Russia are just pushing in pretty heavily and doing pretty good. But there was one other thing that I noticed as well that's pretty fun. The rest of Britain's faction actually formed up, and there's actually a lot of countries that joined it, especially kind of in Eastern and Northern Europe, and then also in South America. But I realized that they're actually at war with each other. Britain's faction and the Peninsula Shield Force. I think this is because Iraq is in the European Association with England, and Kurdistan is in the Peninsula Shield Force, and they made a peace deal with ISIS when ISIS capitulated, and I think that started a war between Iraq and Kurdistan, because Kurdistan got a ton of Iraqi land out of it. Israel has landed coastal units on Novorossiya, trying to get them to capitulate so that they can clean up this pocket. There's actually no Russians down here, it's all Novorossiyan units. And it actually looks like they just capitulated right there. Moscow did just fall too, and it was a truck that drove in there, so we had a truck drive to Moscow. A Belarusian truck, of all people that could have driven into Moscow. Belarus. The amount of divisions just racing into Russia right now is crazy. Russia has no chance, and I guess they really never did have a chance. Casualties between the Peninsula Shield Force and the American-Russia Pact: 256,000 Americans and Russians, 172,000 of them being Russians have died so far, and a grand total of only 120,000 Peninsula Shield Force deaths. A large bulk of those were Canadians with 18,000, another 18,000 Mexicans, a grand total of 22 Serbians. Oh, there's a pretty big one, 34,000 Ukrainians. It looks like joint North Korea and South Korean forces, which is pretty cool because now they're united under one faction, have invaded a part of Siberia together. So good to see they're actually working together. Also Japan, there's Japanese units there as well. And there goes Russia too. Russia just capitulated. China got most of it. Azerbaijan, Estonia, Kazakhstan, Finland all got quite a lot as well. And now they just need to kill America, and I guess maybe try not to kill each other because they're all at war now. So that was going by so slow that I actually ran it over the whole night just to really surprise me of what would come out of this world in the morning. And yeah, it's crazy. I'm not even really sure how a lot of these things happened, but I'm sure a lot of these things happened after the fact that all the wars ended, because as you can tell, there's a formed EU there. And actually, it's Italy. And actually, the EU is Italy. So Italy formed the EU after the massive war ended. So how did the world end up like this? That's a good question. Let's figure it out. Let's examine the world first. First of all, America and Russia obviously lost. We have a very divided America again. A little bit different than the last one we did, where America fought the entire world. But we do have the US as an independent country, still very similar to... Thanks, guy from Florida. Still very similar to the old US. Actually, Obama, he's still in power, 2027, so there must be some tricky situations going on in the government right now. We have New England, which is a monarchy puppeted by Brazil. We have Canada, which has actually annexed Alaska from America. California, which is a Chinese puppet. Mexico, which is also a Chinese puppet. Texas, which is a Estonian SSR puppet, which is, and Texas itself is progressive. And then, of course, we have Clans Lands, a puppet of Brazil as well, but fascist, run by the KKK, David Duke. And if you're wondering what Brazil is to have a monarchist and fascist puppet, well, they're just conservative. They're normal. Something else tricky down in South America happened, though. Apparently, Bolivia went a little bit ballistic and invaded some countries. They invaded both Chile and Paraguay and won both wars. They were able to annex a portion of Paraguay and Chile, and then puppet the rest of Chile. Over in Africa, not that much is different. It's mostly just the governments that have changed. We have the Malian Kingdom, which is a monarchy now. Kingdom of Niger as well. And a whole lot of communism. People's Republic of Nigeria, People's Cameroon. The Central African Empire, monarchist. Socialist Republic of the Democratic Republic of Congo, or Socialist Republic of the Congo. The Kenyan Socialist Republic. In fact, there's actually just a lot of communism, monarchism, and fascism where you really wouldn't see it before. Austria is actually a Workers' Republic of Austria. Hungary has brought back their monarchy. Slovenia has brought back communism. I do like this too, the White Latvian Empire. Fascist. And I'm sorry, England, but no Brexit for you, I guess. Also, I can't believe I'm saying this, but somehow the Caucasus region is even more crazy than it was before. Ukraine has annexed lands, Azerbaijan has annexed land, and Russia is left with only 2 states in the whole map, one of them being down here. Ukraine's borders have changed like crazy. They've actually lost a lot of eastern stuff, but they've gained western stuff and things to the north and of obviously their territory in the Caucasus. Of course, China has annexed most everything. Russia's other state is over here in Siberia. China also has another puppet of Japan. Somehow China and Japan were at war. Korea is a monarchy, united under South Korea. But yeah, the reason I have this World Tension History menu up is because I was using it to actually dig a little bit deeper and find out what happened. So over the night, of course, we saw Russia join the wars of the United States, and we also saw Russia capitulate to China. But after that, I actually went to bed. Apparently, there was a peace deal between Honduras and possibly others. I don't know who, but it raised the world tension by 15.8%. The US apparently capitulated to China on the 21st of August, 2017. So not that long after I went to bed, actually, the United States did capitulate. And after that, it was just mostly China justifying and Great Raj over and over and over again. But yeah, guys, this is what would happen in the world if the US and Russia decided to team up and try to take over the world. I guess it wouldn't go that well. Well, thanks guys for watching this episode. If you liked this video, make sure to leave a like, favorite, and subscribe if you guys are new. I think because these guys keep losing, we're going to keep going, adding more countries to it until they finally do take over the world. And I think the third choice is obviously China. So we're going to have the US, Russia, and China, the 3 strongest countries in the entire world, team up, try to take over the world together. I think adding China would actually make a huge difference because it would free up Russia for other fronts. But yeah, boys, make sure to hit like, favorite, and subscribe if you guys are new. And I will see you guys all next time. Peace.